This is a mini lesson analysis on Marth versus Peach. Usually don't want to do a runoff to the side platform because it could get hit by fair. I usually like doing a drop down. Uh-oh. Well, that was weird. Again, I don't recommend that you actually shield grab Peach's aerials because she's very positive. And also stay at the edge. Don't give Peach more breathing room in her disadvantage. Um, Makes it so that it's more likely for her to actually get out of there. Also here, I think doing a full hop fair is like really good because it could combo to a dare if they hold in. So just something to note. Yeah, doing if she does like a bear that high up, you could always reactively pivot grab that. And again, I think you're giving them too much room. Not gonna be a dead horse at that, but I think your life would be a million times easier if you did that. Okay, just gave away stock for free. Yeah, you need to make when you fair, you got to make a decision much faster than that. Like you stood there for a bit, again, hit confirming. I'll always point that out until you get better at it. But yeah, again, that other fair, too long. You got to make a decision while you're fairing, right, rather than after you fair. Also, instead of grabbing their shield, wait for the roll. Generally speaking, it's better to grab off of a confirmation than like a vague reaction point. Also, part of the reason why you should be standing around here is because when you go for that kind of call out, it's much stronger. But because you're further away, you know, it actually ended up getting you hit. Nice swap. Yeah, try to time that fair in a way where they don't land. They don't land, then your punish is like a million times better. Okay, that was fine. Again, feels like you're not timing like the fastball in there properly, which I've told you this before. You need to work on getting your aerials out sooner, which in turn will help your fastball. And also, you could drift in a way where you never get hit by turnip. Just don't mindlessly W hold. Always drift left or right to the turnip. Don't just stand there. You could definitely move out of the way. Um, and if you're not confident with fair from ledge, like you could tourney winner against Peach and Samus, and it's a pretty decent option. Also, you got stuck there. You could have definitely pressured better. Also, that early double jump got you in trouble. So overall defensive game is lacking. That's like you should not be getting hit this hard against Peach. Oh, if he edge cancel that, that's pretty good. Okay, here the likelihood is pretty high. Okay, yeah. Doesn't like DIing that. That's good for you. Okay, definitely should have dash dance grab, not dash attack, because that got you literally hit. You probably should have dared there, not fair. I wish you just did an instant forward throw to see if they DI'd in, so that way it's an easy dare. But instead, like, you settled for some pummel damage, which is kind of like whatever. Yeah, never short hop like that. You always want to stay grounded and hit their landing with the bear, so you could guarantee react to that. And again, you're not respecting your frame state where you short hop too close to them and then they just hit you. And yeah, you never again. It's the classic Dahong of attacking while in disadvantage. It's not a good default to do. Instead of up tilting, if you really want to like mitigate, like you only want to do that up tilt when you're certain about what they're gonna do. Like they always have been doing that, then sure. But if you just did it or you're not sure, you could way dash back instead and F tilt, and that's a better way to play your advantage. To me, that's a better way to play your advantage rather than like taking risk. Because Marth should not be taking risk here. He should either take an informed risk at the very bare minimum if he's taking a risk, or you you play it safe. And because you didn't play it safe, you died because partly because you did a bad double jump. So there's one thing that stuck out to me is that your defensive game does need work, where you need to take better care of your double jump. You know, classic Kevin Toy pew pew you advice is to, use your double jump well, and also um overall, like, I'd say some overall optimizations to make would be, what are some things? I lost my little train of thought. Sorry. I mean, I could just say, like, just look at the VOD, but I kind of want to do a quick recap if I can. Yeah, I guess, like, yeah, have a better game plan when you have an advantage state where you're not just taking a risk when you don't need to. Oh yeah, and, like, optimize your advantage. So yeah, I guess overall, I would say the main thing, amongst other things as well, is to optimize and to maintain your advantage by knowing when to take a risk, when to not take a risk. By default, I don't think you should be taking a risk. And then, be closer at the edge. It's like the easiest optimizations you can make.